Hello, my name is Rachel Fletcher, and I'm so glad to be back with you again for another Morning Manna. Today I'm going to talk a little bit on pursuing your church. When I say pursuing the church, you know that we believe that the church is people, and the Bible has a lot to say about the church body. Christ loves the church so much that Paul actually compares his love of the church to that of a love between a husband and wife when he says in Ephesians chapter 5, "Husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her to make her holy, cleansing her by the washing with water through the word, and to present her to himself as a radiant church, without stain or wrinkle or any other blemish, but holy and blameless. In the same way, husbands ought to love their wives as their own bodies. He who loves his wife loves himself. After all, no one ever hated their own body, but they feed and care for their body just as Christ does the church, for we are members of his body." So it's clear to us that Jesus has a special relationship with the church body. Christ's love is an ever-sacrificing love to the church, always loving to give, not receive. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, Paul talks about the unity and diversity in the body of Christ. He explains that just as a body, though one, has many parts, but all its many parts form one body, so it is with Christ. Just as our bodies have hands, feet, eyes, and heads, not one part is more important than the other. Each part comes together to make the body, and just like that, each person is just as important to the body of Christ. Each person brings their own unique spiritual giftings and fruits. Paul instructs us in verse 27, "Now you are the body of Christ, and each one of you is a part of it." So it's clear that just like Christ, we are to love the church body. God placed us in this world to do life together. We were never created to be alone. So that is why at Manna Church, we push relationships. What better place to form relationships than with people who love Jesus, but also who love you and will be there for you when times are rough and have your back in prayer. That is why small groups are so important to us here at Manna Church. We like to say life change happens in small groups, and Christopher and I are a walking testimony to that. In the spring of 2020, when the world was in lockdown due to the pandemic, the Lord laid a small group on our hearts. We so longed to visit with our friends and to see other adults' faces because, let's be real, we really missed community. So we started a weekly small group on Zoom. We had such a great time building relationships that we continue to meet with them to this day. And we have since made some of our closest friends. We may have never have had a chance to get to know these wonderful people otherwise, as many of them attend other sites. And we are so blessed by them. Not only should you pursue the church for small groups and relationships, but also to serve. Matthew 20, verse 28 says, "Just as the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve." You are special. We say that all the time here. When you serve, you take what you have and you offer it to help somebody else. When you pursue the church, you link arms with a group of people who will be in your corner and have your back, and you get to use what God gave you, your gifts and talents and abilities, so that you could be another person's somebody. Everybody needs a somebody, and you might just be that person. Let us help you get connected. Go to our website or email us at contact@manna.church. See you tomorrow.